1 week to go. Well, it was almost a year ago that we got that iconic image of Galadriel in the Blessed Realm with the two trees in the background. Very exciting image. In that year, I've gone from totally psyched about this show to very pessimistic. I just don't have any confidence based on what I've seen and read that this is going to do justice to Tolkien's vision. Talking about the Rings of Power here from Amazon. Going to be available September 1st, which is a week from today as I record this. The biggest problem is, of course, the timeline compression. It couldn't be any clearer from Tolkien's own letters that he was not on board with doing that. And I'll link to my video about timeline compression in the notes. But there's a lot of other problems. I've talked about those other problems on this channel as well. You just get the overall sense here that they really don't respect Tolkien. They talk a lot about respecting Tolkien. Of course they do, right? Because it's a big investment. They'll fall all over themselves talking about how much they do. But we all know that it's their actions and not their words that matter, right? It's always the actions that matter rather than the words. If, your actions align with your words, that's ideal, but I'll take your actions over your words any day. So yeah, we're going to watch it. Greta and I are going to watch it. We'll discuss the episodes as they happen, but for me, this is really not something I feel great about. I'm not a hater channel. I didn't start doing this podcast back in 2015 because I wanted to bitch about things. I love Tolkien. That's all this channel is about. That's all my podcast has ever been about. I go deep into what he thought. There's really nobody in the grand scheme of things, like cultural figures, if you will, that mean as much to me, especially writers that mean as much to me as Tolkien. So this channel is just not about, it's not a complainer channel. It's not looking to find fault with every little thing. But, and you can go back and watch my past videos. Like, I was very excited about this thing. And then it's really about when they released that, Super Bowl trailer, and you were kind of like, eh? And then found out that I think it was Vanity Fair, whatever it was one of those Hollywood trade magazines. They came out and they said, well, yeah, we're going to do some timeline compression. And it's like, it was so disappointing. So, look, I'll give the show a fair shake, but I'm going to be honest in my assessment. The thing that matters most to me is, what would Tolkien think? If you guys want to hear more about that, you want to hear more about my honest takes about that, you want to hear from Greta, right, about this stuff, then go ahead and subscribe and click that notification bell so that you'll know when our reaction videos get posted. We'll be doing them, probably watching, where there are 2 episodes that are coming out. So maybe we'll do one on each episode. And then we'll do every time a new one's released. We'll probably do one pretty quickly after that. So that's what we're all about over here at the Tolkien Road. What would Tolkien think? That's the only thing I really care about. So, hey, comment real quick. Are you hopeful or pessimistic? Let me know. How are you feeling about this 1 week out? Maybe you're pretty hopeful about it. And, hey, let me know why you are. Because I'm not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it at this point. But let's talk about this latest trailer. I think it was released yesterday, maybe August 24th, somewhere around there. I've actually missed commenting on the last couple of trailers because I've been so busy with a lot of other things. And yeah, like with the pessimism that I'm feeling towards this thing, my care factor has gone down, 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 down. But let's talk about this latest trailer. First off, I hate the music on this thing. Okay? It's so out of place. At least with the pop songs that were in the Peter Jackson films, you had a certain purity of voice and the genre didn't feel just totally out of place. Enya, Annie Lennox, even the one, I can't remember the artist in The Two Towers, even the ones they did in the Hobbit films, like, they didn't feel completely out of place. And I think what I'd attribute that to is that you actually heard the actual voices of the singers. Enya, like, honestly, Enya has, like, if you were going to make a pop singer that was going to sound like that belonged in Middle Earth, that, like, to me, Enya is the one. But even Annie Lennox, like, I really love the song that she sang at the end of Return of the King. Maybe a little out of place, but it was I enjoy it. It's a great song, all right? But this song, whatever this is, I don't even know who it is. Like, What is that? With this music, there's some kind of auto-tune effect applied, and it just sounds completely modern. So out of touch with what I think Tolkien would have wanted. Now, I know it's just a trailer, so hopefully they won't be including pop songs in the film itself, or if they do, they'll make them work as seamlessly as May It Be worked in Fellowship of the Ring. Um, you know, I myself have actually written rock songs based on Tolkien's works and ideas, but I would not want them to feature in a Middle Earth adaptation, right? I wouldn't want them to be like right there in Middle Earth. They would just seem out of place. I'm for artists like doing things that are inspired by Tolkien. But when you're talking about doing something that's actually within Middle Earth, I'm just not. To me, it's not this like open-ended thing where you can just apply. And this is not Shakespeare where you can just kind of adapt it to your heart's content. Okay. This is a completely different genre, and I know people love to come like, oh, don't you know that like people make all kinds of crazy adaptations about Shakespeare? Yeah, I know that. Of course, I know that. Okay, I've seen and enjoy many of them. I love the Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet. Okay, and I've seen plenty of other adaptations of Shakespeare works that are great, but like not Tolkien. You don't do that in Middle Earth. Middle Earth is not the right place for that. Okay, so hate the music on this trailer. Really awful. Please don't do any more of that, Amazon. Okay. And honestly, I might like the song if it wasn't in here. I'm just saying, like, I don't like it in this context. I don't mean to disrespect the artist. Okay. It's just not appropriate here. First thing we see, Finrod and Galadriel. So I guess that's Finrod. I think that's been confirmed at this point. It's pretty clear that that's who it is from the context because Galadriel's talking about it being her brother. And the battle scene must be sudden flame, I'm guessing, because, of course, Finrod dies in Sauron's dungeon in the story of Beren and Luthien. I really hope they don't kill him in the Battle of Sudden Flame because that's not where he died. But maybe he's just getting carried away right there, right before Barahir steps up and rescues him. We'll see. Nice touch, I guess, given that Sauron is, of course, directly responsible for Finrod's death. That sets up a vengeance arc for Galadriel. A vengeance arc that doesn't exist anywhere in the books. So there's that. But okay, I guess from a theoretical, like, over here, we're going to do our own thing kind of perspective, it's like, okay, I see what you're doing there. Yeah, and then we get creepy blonde guy. Is that supposed to be Sauron? I don't know. But if it is, like, lame. Like, really lame. I mean, it's a boy. Like a blonde-haired boy. Well, that's not Sauron. Come on. Ugh. Just bad. The dialogue. They talked kind of a big game in some of the articles I read about their dialogue, and they're really trying to emulate, the way that Tolkien would have written this. And so far what we've seen, again, this trailer, I understand they're trying to like market it, and you don't always go with the best dialogue in the trailers. You're going with the like simplest dialogue that's going to draw people in. But the dialogue here kind of sucks. It doesn't sound like anything that Tolkien would write. It's devoid of the themes that matter to him. It's just coming off like some poorly written and extremely expensive fan fiction, which is pretty much where I am as far as what the show's going to be. Scenery, I mean, nice. It looks pretty nice. I would expect that given the budget. So not terribly impressed. And mostly I think it's because I'm not really seeing places that, I mean, yes, I want to see Moria in all its glory. Although I feel like what I've seen of Moria so far doesn't look as glorious as I think I would have pictured it. We'll see as we watch more of the show. But yeah, like I'm not seeing even like the Numenor scenery doesn't impress me very much. So yeah, I'm not particularly impressed by that. Favorite scene overall in the trailer: put up your sword. And then Galadriel, that's Elrond, and then Galadriel says, "What am I to be?" And my thought is, how about you try actually being Galadriel? Like Tolkien wrote Galadriel. No disrespect to the actress either. She's just doing what she's paid to do as an actress. But that's, it doesn't really seem like I just don't know that I'm on board with this whole like vengeful Commander Galadriel thing. I get it. I know the whole argument. I've said in the past, I'm open to the idea of a more warrior-like Galadriel based on some things Tolkien wrote, made videos about that. But you know, it's like I'm kind of open to to that in like as kind of a minor thing right over here. But this whole thing that she like just doesn't work for me. Doesn't work. Not feeling it. Well, yeah, look, I'm hoping for the best. I really am. But I'm not hopeful that we're going to get it. And given that this is a massive corporation that we're dealing with and not Frodo and Sam, I'm not willing to go all the way to the Fool's Hope. We'll just have to see if there's much there to actually enjoy. You know, we'll know on September 1st, I guess, after watching the first 2 episodes. You know what this thing's going to be. So, hey, we talk about so much more than just the Amazon show on this channel. We go deep into what Tolkien wrote and thought, and that's what we're going to continue to prioritize in this channel. So I hope you'll subscribe. Click that notification bell. Let's talk about these things in the comments below. Hey, what did you think of this teaser? You know, were you impressed? I mean, what things are you seeing? You know, I will say that I think just the growing pessimism for me probably is coloring the way I see things right now. And you know, that's just the way it is. You know, I'm trying not to give in to, you know, kind of the burgeoning little seed of anger that I have over seeing like kind of the things that they're doing here, the liberties they're taking. But you know, eventually it's going to color the way you see things. So I just had high hopes for this thing, and high hopes have been slowly declining, and they're kind of getting lower and lower out. You know, we'll see how low they can go. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for watching this video. Truly appreciate it. And make sure you subscribe, and I will talk at you next time. Bye-bye.